Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. This has been a while in the making, but I'm back and we're going to go through some three materials which can make your model look a bit more interesting. So we're going to look at some chrome materials and then eventually look at the glass material, which I will be showing you. So yeah, let's get started. So basically, the first thing we're going to do is make the just the default metallic material. So we're going to click new and go to, basically we're going to go down to where it says, we are in the shader editor as well, so if that's new to you, and I'm just going to be using this default shape which I'm using from another project. So I've also installed a HDR, so I'm just using Small Studio 03, and that was from HDR Havens, so go check that out. You can download that online, but just install a HDR to work from. So I'm in the render view now and we've got no material applied, so apart from this one we've just made. So we're just going to select this and make sure it's applied, which it is, and we're just going to tinker with a few settings on this default material. So to get the generic metallic, we're just going to send the metallic slider all the way to 1, and then we're going to mess with the roughness. So we can take the roughness to something which you think's acceptable, depending on what effect you're going for. If you're going for something that's going to reflect the light fully, set the roughness to 0. As you can see, the HDR, the light box, is being reflected very, very clearly, and it will grab every piece of light and reflect it. But in terms of, say I wanted to use this for not that reason, I didn't want the HDR to be shown, I can just up the roughness slightly. It doesn't need a lot, and you see it will start to merge and go a bit more smudged, which is what we're looking for. If you are looking for a model like this as well, there's a video on my channel where we talk through how to create custom Chrome typography. So yeah, go check that out if you're looking for something like this to work on top of. So yeah, basically that's the default metallic material. We can mess with the base color as well if you're looking for some kind of tint on the chrome effect, which is looking fun. And then yeah, so that's basically the first material we've gone through. Okay, so the next material we're going through is the metallic material, and we're just going to add a bit more roughness and a bit more depth into the material itself. So we're going to click new, and we're then going to go to where it says on the metallic slider, and we're going to set this to 1. We're also going to adjust the roughness just to about 0.2. 0.24 is fine. Okay, so then we're going to press Shift A and search for a bump node. We can grab the bump node, and then we're just going to pair this into the normal. Next thing we're going to grab is, by pressing Shift A again, we're going to grab a noise texture. I'm just going to click that on there, and we're going to drag the factor into the height. So basically what this is doing is going to be start adjusting the bump and the effect on top of this material. So which we've applied the noise texture, which we will adjust in a second. Before we adjust the noise texture, we're also going to put a mapping node. So if you don't have this plugin already, it's called Node Wrangler, and you can install it by going to Edit, Preferences, then go to Add-ons, and just searching Node Wrangler, and you can just click that little checkbox and it will install for you. But once that's done, or you have it installed already, we can just click the noise texture and press Ctrl T, and that will spawn in our mapping node and our texture coordinate. So these two nodes allow us to adjust the scale of this texture we've applied. So I'm just going to zoom in. I'm going to make sure this is shaded smooth, which it clearly isn't. I might need to subdivide it a few more times, but it doesn't matter for this demonstration. So what we're going to do is adjust the noise texture. So what we can do is adjust this slider, and as you can see, we're starting to get some reflections and like imperfections in the base material. So yeah, be cautious about how you use this, and it all depends on what you're applying this texture to. But as you can see, as I increase the slider, we're going to get different variations of bumps. This is almost like a it's been hit or some kind of tinkered with from this view. Okay, so I'm going to try and get through the end of this video. Please try and ignore the hedge cutter outside, but yeah, I want to get this video sorted out. That's basically the material complete. So we have the noise texture going into the bump nodes, and then it goes into the normal. So feel free to adjust these settings here as you like. I'm going to leave this here as fine. This is plenty for me, but you can up the roughness, play with the distortion. It all allows you to be as custom as you like. So this is great about these custom textures. So the next texture we're going to make is, if I press X on here and we click new, is just the default glass texture. So this will allow you to get reflections through whatever model you're applying it to. So how we're going to do this is we're going to work in this side piece here. I'm going to go where it says surface. This will be on a new material, and just set this to glass BSDF. So as you can see, it will set your model to almost transparent, where we can play with the IOR. So the IOR stands for index of refraction, and we can adjust that and this all depends on how much reflection we can have through the glass texture. So I'm going to set it to 1.2 around there and adjust the roughness. And yeah, you can start to see that it's going to start allow to let some light through the actual object. For a demo, we'll just put this cube behind. Oops. And if I press 0, you can see it's starting to play around with this material we have behind. And I'll move this around and demonstrate that. So as you can see, it's like morphing the light through, and etc. So yeah, feel free to play with this IOR setting. We can also change the base color as well. So say I want to set it to, let's go for a blue. Why not? You see it's starting to mix the colors together. Okay guys, so thanks for watching this quick tutorial. I do apologize about the hedge cutter outside. But yeah, I hope to be back for another video very soon. I'd like to be posting every week, and thanks to all the new subscribers. I went up about, I think, almost 80 subscribers since my last post. So yeah, go check out the other videos about Chrometype and how we make Chrometype. And if you've got anything specific around this genre of design, please let me know in the comments below. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video.